Okay, this is the previous topology. This is still available. The customer 1 on floor 1 and floor 2, and customer 2 on floor 3 and floor 4. These are the subnetting for VLANs 10, 20, 30, and 40 on customer 1, and this is the subnetting for VLANs 110, 120, 130, and 140 on customer number 2. All addressing is the same. Down here, the PCs for each VLAN but Packet Tracer does not support private VLANs, so I used GNS3 and I used this image for the router, for CPE router, and on switch section I used the Cisco IOU L2 for core switch and access switches. Obviously, access switch 1 can have four VLANs on it: sales VLAN, tech VLAN, marketing VLAN, and management VLAN. Okay, but I used only one PC with sales for customer 1. Access switch 2, I used one PC on tech for customer 1. Okay, review the configurations for router. Show any config. Okay, the hostname, the DHCP excluded addresses for each subnet, the pools for each subnet. Remember, 8 subnets. Okay, so I just configured 8 pools for DHCP. Loopback 0, the simulated internet connection, and this interface is gigabit 1.0. Gigabit 1.0, okay, with sub interfaces. The subinterface .10, .20, .30, and .40 for customer 1 for VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 40. The subinterface .99 for native VLAN. I'm using the native VLAN on VLAN 99 because it's not recommended to use the native VLAN 1. These 4 sub-interfaces, .110, .120, and .130, and .140 for customer 2. Finally, the default static route to reach internet and the access list. The access list will deny the connection between customer 1 and customer 2. Okay, and it's applied on these 4 interfaces. The access list is applied on these 4 interfaces. Okay, and go to core and review the configuration. Show running config. the host name. Okay, to create the private VLANs, you need to set the BTP mode to transparent. You can create a domain name VLAN and create VLANs, the name and the private VLAN community. For VLAN 20 community, VLAN 30 community, and VLAN 40 community. Okay, but what is community? A community VLAN or ports within the community VLAN are able to communicate with each other in the promiscuous port. Okay, so I prefer community VLAN because the isolated VLAN or ports within the isolated VLAN are unable to communicate with each other, but they can communicate with the promiscuous port. Okay, so that's why I prefer community VLAN. Okay, the reason is this. In simple words, for tasks 2 and task 3, users in customer 1 company working on floor 1 in sales department, for example, must be able to ping fellow users in customer 1 company working in other departments on floor 2 and floor 1, sales, tech, marketing, and management, as long as the users are in the customer 1 company. The 4 departments in customer 1 company must be able to ping, communicate with each other. Okay, and so that's why VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 40 are configured with community. VLAN 99, the native. Okay, but you need to configure primary VLAN. In this case, VLAN 100 will be the primary VLAN for customer 1 is the primary, and all the and VLANs 10, 20, 30, and 40 are associated to this primary VLAN, VLAN 100. And also you have VLAN 110, also community, but for customer 2, VLAN 120 community, VLAN 130 community, and VLAN 140 community. And these 4 VLANs for customer 2 will have a VLAN 200 that is the primary VLAN, and VLANs 110, 120, and 130, and 140 will be associated to this primary VLAN called numbered VLAN 200. Okay, these 5 interfaces configured with mode trunk and native VLAN 99. These 5 interfaces on core switch, native VLAN 99. Okay, and review the configuration on access switch number 1. Show running config, the host name. Okay, you need to create 4 VLANs, 10, 20, 30, 40, community for customer 1, VLAN 99 native, and the primary VLAN 100, and 10, 20, 30, and 40 associated with this primary VLAN 100. The Ethernet interface 00 configured on mode trunk, native VLAN 99, and the range from 01 to 03 configured with switchboard mode private VLAN host. Okay, this is the interface to connect a host, and switchboard private VLAN host association. The primary VLAN 100 and the community VLAN 10. Okay, the same configuration for these three interfaces. The next three interfaces, Ethernet 11, 12, and 13, configured with switch mode private VLAN host and switchboard private host association primary VLAN 100 and community VLAN 20. These another three interfaces for host association primary 100 to community 30. And these another three ports for primary VLAN 100 and community 40. Okay, sales customer 1 is placed on Ethernet 03. Okay, and VLAN 10 and on access switch number 2, the configuration is the same, show running config. Create 4 VLANs with community, the native VLAN, the primary VLAN with the VLANs associated, Ethernet 00 trunk port with native VLAN 99, and configuration for 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, but the case for access switch number 3 is different. Show running config. You need to create the native VLAN and then create the 4 VLANs for customer 2 with community 110, 120, 130, and 140. The primary VLAN in this case is 200. Is the primary VLAN, and the VLANs associated are 110, 120, 130, and 140. The Ethernet 00 is the connection to core switch. Use the mode trunk and VLAN, the native VLAN 99. And these are the ports for VLAN, for private VLAN 110, 120, 130, and 140. Okay, on access switch number 4, the configuration is the same as access switch number 3. Okay, verify the IP address on PC0, place it on sales VLAN on customer 1, VLAN 10, sales on customer 1, subnet 10, verify the IP address 192.168.10.10, very well configured with DHCP. Okay, the correct subnet, and also verify touch customer 1 VLAN 20 on subnet 20, verify the IP address. .192.168.20.10 very well configured with DHCP and the correct subnet. Okay, ping from PC0 to PC5. Okay, go to PC0 and ping 192.168.20.10. Success. Control C to stop. And verify the IP addresses on marketing customer 2, VLAN 130, marketing customer 2, VLAN 100, subnet 130, and management customer 2, VLAN 140, management customer 2, subnet 140. IP address 192.168.130.10 very well configured on the subnet 130. And 192.168.140.10 very well configured on subnet 140, management customer 2 on VLAN 140. Ping from PC10 to PC15. Okay, ping 192.168.140.10 success. Control C to stop. But from PC0, try to ping PC10. Remember, the IP address of PC10 is 192.168.130.10. And the packet is filtered. Control C. Okay. The access list is filtering the packet.